Hey everyone, it's me Dave Hoshin with Exoticca. Thank you for joining me today. We're going to go through a presentation. I'm going to bring you up to date on all things Exoticca, and I've added some new stuff into my presentation so you will get to know Exoticca a little bit more. Really want to stress, if you're registered with us and you have not done the onboarding, you should get the onboarding done. We'll leave all of that information and the links with the office here so you can find it in the Travel Cafe. Sign up and do it when you get a chance. So I'd like to start you out with a little video. Here we go.
That they even seem unreal. The more we look at them, the more unattainable they seem to become. Maybe that's why we cover them up with folders, documents and trash cans, creating a barrier between our daily routine and the dream of leaving it behind. Until one day you discover that this unimaginable place, which has always been on the other side of the screen, is just a click away.
And I want you to know that Exoticca is just a click away. We are, after all, a next generation tech company, and a lot of our stuff is online. 95% of your work is going to be online. But to talk about the company just a little bit, we were founded in 2013 in Barcelona, Spain. Currently we carry 300 plus products. That means itineraries around the world. And we are operating tours in 78 destinations. Right? So when I talk about Exoticca, I know we're here in the US. Some of you might be in Mexico, other parts of the world. But Exoticca operates out of 7 markets. USA, Canada, the UK, Germany, France, Spain, and there's 3 or 4 countries out of Latin America that we sell from. What I mean by that is all these countries are going on our trips, right? So if you're a Spanish speaker, your tours are going to be in Spanish. If you're French, same thing for French. English speakers, your tours are in English. For the North American market, meaning USA and Canada, your tours could be a combination of Canadians and Americans together on the tour. Right, so just something to keep in the back of your mind in case your customers ask you about this. So this is the genesis story of Exoticca right here. When we were founded, where we're operating from, you can see all the timeline for where we launched in each place. And so to move through to the meat of the presentation and who we are and what we do, like I said before, we have 300 plus itineraries to choose from in 78 countries. So when you tour with us, you can pick a single country tour, or you can pick a tour that involves multiple countries, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe more. We do group tours, we do private tours, and we love to work with solo travelers. So let us know if you have solo people. We want to take care of them for you. At Exoticca, you always travel with your local expert guide. If you've been keeping track of us, especially this month, you'll know that we have the most competitive price out there. You know that we do a lot of promotions. You'll know that our packages are land, air, transfers, and activity inclusive. As an advisor, there's one thing that's different for you. You have the option of booking land only. You may have clients who they've got miles, or someone's buying their air ticket, or whatever the story is. You can book for them land only, right? So that's great for you. It gives you a great degree of flexibility in working with us. You should also know that our prices are in real time and it's available across all our destinations, and all of that is ready for you on the booking engine. So here's a question that I get all the time. Let's just address this. What does your package include? What does it include for a private and a small group tour? So it includes air, meaning international air, into the destination. Within that category called air, you can start with economy light fares, and you can sell premium extra room legroom fares, and you can go to business class and first class and lay flat seats. Your packages include the hotels, and you have the option of a 3, 4, or 5-star hotel. Your packages, all the packages also come with the knowledgeable local guides. These are experts in the cities and the destinations that you're working with. And of course, you're on a tour, so it includes all the activities that are on the tours. Our crafters, meaning the product people that put these itineraries together for us, they make sure that you get to see all the best things in the destination. Let's talk a little bit more about touring styles. What do I mean by touring styles? When you travel around the world, different things happen in different places. So Exoticca has, and to explain it in an easy way, Exoticca has varying touring styles. You can travel private with us. So that's 2 people or 4 people or a family, and you want to do an exclusive trip with us. You have your own guide and your own transportation. Or most people will book into Exoticca's small group departures. So when I say small, on average, we're talking about 20, right? We'll get into that a little bit more in the next couple of slides, because it gets a little bit more complex than that, depending on where in the world that you're going. But our special number is 20 when you're on tour with us. And you can go with us with groups. So 2 people or 4 people is a private tour, but if you build a group, meaning 10 adults in 5 rooms, that's also a private tour. You get your own transportation, you got your own guide. And if you're building groups, you're in the group business, and this is what you like to do, and you get 20 people in 10 rooms, you go for free on the land side. You've got to find your own air into the destination. So the tour conductor credit starts at 20 people in 10 rooms. So touring style. Now, all your clients are met at the airport. All of them get transferred to their hotel. Doesn't matter if it's private or our departures. Everybody gets met at the airport. Everybody gets transferred to the hotels. The one exception to that is if you book land only, then they've got to find their way from their own transportation from the airport to the hotel. But they will still be met at the airport. If that makes sense to you, there will be someone with the Exoticca sign to meet them. Our touring styles are, depending on the part of the world, are either escorted, guided, or self-guided. So when I say escorted, if you're in what we call the Middle East, meaning Egypt, Jordan, Israel, Turkey, that part of the world, Morocco, India, those people that are on tour with us will have an escort, meaning a main contact person with you for most of the trip, or if not for all of the trip, right? So that person's around all the time, and it's an escorted tour. Part of what happens there in those destinations and countries that I mentioned, there are rules and regulations that are government mandates for how tourism works in those countries. So you will have an escort. Exoticca provides all of that for you and takes care of everything that way. 95% of what you're going to do, and 95% of the itineraries, if not more, are guided. And those are managed by our expert local guide. So you get met at the airport. We come to the hotel the next day with the bus. The guide's on there. The guide takes you on the tours that are included in the package, and off you go. Late afternoon or closer in the evening time, you return back to your hotel, and typically you would be on your own for dinner. So you have free time to yourself, but you're out on tour, you're doing stuff, you got the lay of the land. You met some other people, 20 other people who are now your friends, so to speak. And you can go out for dinner, you can do what you want to do, you can stay in a hotel, you can explore more and all of that stuff. So that's guided. And then the third one is self-guided. So a self-guided is for very independent clients. And what I mean by self-guided is, again, you get met at the airport, but you're in your hotel. There are some inclusions in the self-guided itinerary. You would find your way to a tour guide or where the tour starts. They're not going to pick you up at the airport kind of thing. Yeah, so if that makes sense to you. Here's a little example. Let's say you're going to the Vatican. Normally, we would include the guide. So when you're inside the Vatican, you have the guide and you have the headsets on and they're talking to you and telling you what's happening. But if you're on a self-guided trip, you end up at the Vatican, you go in and you get the little booklet and the pamphlet that they give you, and then you would stroll around on your own and catch up with what's going on, the history and so forth, and all the details from that guidebook that you would have. So that would be self-guided versus guided. If that, I hope that puts it together for you in a way that's easy to understand. So we also have private groups, and as I said before, groups are all private tours. You all get met at the hotel and you go on the touring style, right? So private groups are guided tours. If you have any questions, save them till after and we can clarify all of that for you. So for you, we talked about the website. And on the website, you can get instant quotes because the prices you see there is the price you're going to pay. Now, as an advisor, you get to put a 48-hour hold on a booking, which means that you find the itinerary, you go through it, you discuss it with the client, you're waiting for the client to decide, you do a 48-hour hold. It gives you a booking number, which means that you can share that booking number with the reservations department or advisor support, as we call them, and you can share that with them and it helps you to manage that booking, right? So there's instant quote, there's a 48-hour hold. Now we pay full commissions on all trip components. And full commissions, it's your paycheck, so to speak, right? So when I say all components of travel, here's an example I'm going to give you. I went to Egypt a year ago, I think it was May, and I bought an extra legroom ticket. Well, it was a last minute purchase. It was very expensive, $4,300. So I get the breakdown from Air France, and Air France sends me all these line items on the ticket, and I added up the various taxes and surcharges and fees and whatnot. It turns out to be about $1,200 on a $4,300 ticket. At Exoticca, we wouldn't take those $1,200 out because remember, we're paying you on the cost of the package, the gross price on the package, right? Now, if you were an advisor and you've got clients who spent extra and got those 2 tickets, that means that your package price would move up considerably because you've got the business class or you got the extra legroom air on there. If we were to back out 2 people at the $4,300 ticket, we would be taking away commissions on the amount of $2,400. So if you want to increase your paycheck, find companies. If you want to increase your commissions, find companies that work with you like that, like we do, where we don't distinguish between the land, between the air, between the various components. We just pay you on the entire price of the package. All right, so your commission per agreement with the agency, with Archer Travel, is paid 30 days after travel. We pay twice a month. We pay in the middle of the month and at the end of the month. So it depends on when your customer travels. You could get your commissions paid in the middle or towards the end. We have special rates for advisors. It's 16%. We offer world-class support and we offer onboarding, which is we teach you how to use the booking engine. There's a $200 reward for that. Price champion means that your customer gets the best price. And for you, obviously the price is important. It helps you close a sale. Real-time pricing, as we mentioned before. We want to repeat those things so you understand what you're getting. You're going to get an extraordinary vacation. I've been on 3 Exoticca trips and I've enjoyed all of them. I went to India recently, I went to Chile, and I went to Egypt, as I mentioned before. Your guides are going to be speaking English. If you're in the Mexican market, your guides are going to be speaking Spanish. And we offer guaranteed departures. This is really, really significant. A lot of tour companies will call you and say, hey, we're sorry, we're not full. Can you change the dates? We need to cancel. That will never happen with us because we guarantee departures down to 2 passengers. If your customer has questions about us, what are they like? Are they a good company? Are they a bad company? Do they give good service? Go check us out at Trustpilot. You'll see that we have great reviews there. We got a 4.5 review. This is quite significant compared to other companies that we compete against. All right, so 78 countries, 300 itineraries. Easier than ever to share a quote with your customers. When you go into the booking engine and you find an option that you like, on the right side of it, you'll see PDF. You simply click that, it downloads the PDF, and then you can email that to your client. You also have a copy of that. And that's for someone who is just looking around. They're not particularly serious, right? But if they're very serious, like I said before, you can go in there and do the 48-hour hold. So there's like things like that. It's set up, it's easy, it's great to work with, and it helps you market, get people interested, build a quote, create a sale. So what do you need to book? You need your departure city. We offer that so your customers can be traveling from anywhere across the US, Canada, Mexico. We need the number of customers traveling. We do accept kids. You'll find an option for that when you click the section for number of people. We offer a calendar, and the calendar in there tells you the available departure dates. It tells you if people booked into it. It tells you if it's blocked and so forth, right? It's a great tool for you. And again, we offer hotel categories. Do you remember what categories we offer? We offer a 3, 4, and a 5-star hotel. Just to reiterate, you have land-only options, and our quotes include all the necessary information. It's easily understood. It's easy to read. It's when the customer opens it up, they'll get a good feel, they get excited, and they'll want to go on the trip. So our investment with you is that we want to teach you, it takes about half an hour to 45 minutes, how to use the booking tool, because most of what you're going to do is inside the booking engine. After you register, we encourage you, strongly encourage you to sign up for the training. You can pick a date, you can pick the time, and it's done in small groups because we're known for small groups, and you're going to be being trained with 5 people. It could go up to 10 sometimes, but on average it's about 5 people. Our trainers will guide you through the website and show you how to adjust your tours so it suits your client's needs and so forth and so on and so forth. And you get an extra $200 top-up commission. So how does that work? So you do the training, they send you a PDF voucher. You keep the voucher. You make a booking, you get your normal commission plus the $200 top-up. All right? I mean, how cool is that Exoticca is going to offer you this extra $200 just because you spent 45 minutes with us? All right, so let's talk product. Let's look at Europe. Europe is a big seller for us. I think we have more tours in Europe than in any other continent. But our big sellers in Europe, our #1 seller globally, remember all those countries that I told you we operate out of? Our #1 seller globally is Portugal. But our #1 seller out of the Americas is actually Peru, followed by Ecuador. But in Europe, we do a lot in Spain. We do an awful lot in Portugal. Italy is always a popular destination, one of the top visited countries in Europe from any other place. France is amazing, and I think Greece comes in at about number 9 or 10 for Exoticca. If you look at South America, the Americas, I mentioned Peru, Ecuador, and the Galapagos Islands. So in something to remember about Ecuador with us, we actually stay in San Cristobal. You're not on a ship, you're not going back and forth and being ferried in and out, right? And people love staying on land because you don't have to deal with being seasick. You get to see a bunch of the animals. The animals are moving around on the island. It really is a great way to see the Galapagos, Ecuador and the Galapagos. We do a lot of Argentina. We do Argentina combinations, Brazil, and so on and so forth. So if you got clients interested in South America, remember, we do a bunch in Central America as well. And we actually have, I think, 3 options in Mexico. And I think we have 2 options in Dominican Republic. So if people want to do sort of the all-inclusive things, there are some variables within our product lineup that you can offer a client. Especially in the DR, it's the only exception to our general rule where our average tour is 9 days. We have 2 exceptions in the DR, and I think those tours are 5 days, if I remember correctly. So what do we do in Asia? We do a lot in Asia. Vietnam and Thailand are big sellers in Asia. Japan has 3 touring styles: escorted, guided, and self-guided. Japan's become really popular this year, especially in the last 2-3 months. I don't know why that is, but if you have customers interested in that, let us know. Big seller for us is Turkey. I was in India, amazing country. If you get a chance, go visit India. By the way, our longest tour is 29 days, and that's a multi-country in Asia. And then Africa. Egypt is our number 3 best seller. Great Pyramids and full board Nile cruise. That's an amazing trip. Check it out, try it. South Africa, I think, is a number 4 for the company. And South Africa is wonderful because you get some city life, you get to see the penguins, you get the wine country, you get the Kruger National Park. It's a little different from anything else that has to do with safari. So check out South Africa. It's a great tour. And Morocco, I believe, is our number 5 bestseller right now. All right, we talked about the full commissions. Here is the slide. Remember what I told you? You get commissions paid on the entire cost of the package, right? So this is really important. Pick partners that work with you, that help you maximize your earnings. And then, what's this all about? Exoticca Partner Rewards. A few months ago, we launched this program. We didn't have an incentive program for advisors before. When I joined the sales team, we talked about this, and Exoticca listened, head office listened, they were back in Barcelona, and we came up with this cool program. So at bronze level, you make 1 booking, and you have 1 incentive, and that is the TA discount at 16%. Well, if you, let's say you booked a group with us and a couple other bookings, and you moved into silver, which is $50,000 per year, you get a milestone commission. A milestone is a one-time payout, and you get $500. So now you make your regular commission as a silver, and you get an extra $50 for every booking you make. Regular commission plus $50 happens automatically. 16% advisor discount. Okay, so you're cooking along, your business is great, you love Exoticca, your clients are spreading the word, you're getting referrals, and now you move into gold because you're at $100,000 per year, and you get paid a $1,000 milestone commission. And suddenly, your top-up commission moves to $100. Platinum is hard to get to, but you can see how rewarding it is. $2,000 plus top-up commission of an extra $150. And if you are a superstar and you're knocking it out the park every single day, you will be in the diamond level, $500,000 per year. You would get a milestone of $10,000. $10,000. Exoticca will give you that money, and that is yours. You make your regular commission, and you make $200 top-up commission on top of that. By the way, when you hit the platinum and the diamond level, your advisor perks go up. It goes up to 20% off, 2 rooms, maximum of 5 people. Diamond level is 25% off, 2 rooms, maximum of 5 people. And speaking about the advisor rates, here you are. It's in print and live in color for you. Great stuff to remember. Keep that in the back of your brain. All right, so we talked about our small group departures. We talked about private tours. We talked about solo travelers. So let's get into how groups work. Because if you like working with groups, think about it this way. We do all the stuff in the background. You figure out the itinerary once, but your real job is to find people to become a part of the group. So if you're doing social media, and I know you guys do that, I was over here on Monday. I heard some discussions with Jose, how to market, what to do. There's lots of tools in Archer that will help you build this out. So you have an idea, you want to go somewhere in the world that we carry, and you put that out there to your client base. They get feedback, you get feedback. You're like, wow, 16 people. Oh man, I think I can get the tour conductor credit on this. So you come to Exoticca and you say, hey, I got 20 people, maybe I'll get 24. And you feel confident because you had 16, 18 people saying, I'm interested in that tour to Egypt. So you go to Exoticca and Exoticca says, yeah, nice to meet you. Here's a quote, it's day 1. That quote, that price is held for 30 days. On the 31st day, all you need to do is put down 250. So you did your marketing before, you feel confident, you get the quote, you work your clients, and on day 31, they need to put down $250, okay? But remember, you know, the 250 holds that price until day 120. If you still have time to insure and double up to get everyone in on the game, on the package, on the tour by day 121. So that's a lot of time for you to work this and get going there. So you pay down your 60%. By the way, Exoticca's first deposit, whether it's our small group departures or 2 or 4 people traveling together on a private tour, first deposit is 60%. But with groups, at day 120, you pay down 60%, minus the 250 that you put before, okay? So now it goes through the time, and then 60 days before departure, you need to pay in full. This applies, the full payment 60 days before departure applies to our departures and anything else that you book. So 60 days before travel, you got to put that down. We start the confirmation process, and then it goes from there. All right, so it's pretty easy to figure out. We're pretty flexible around all of this. If your group was, say, if your group was going to be 12 and you end up with 6, we may not put them to travel as a group. We might push them over into our small group departures. All right, so where we have roughly 20 people traveling. So we will work with you, is what I'm saying, if things don't work out the way you want it, especially when you're going after 10 people in 5 rooms. We talked about this a little bit earlier, but just to put it in perspective for you, when you're selling groups, think about these tours. Portugal, Ireland, Greece, Egypt, Morocco, South Africa, Peru, Ecuador, India, Namibia, and Dubai. A few folks have come to me for things like Costa Rica. It's really hard to get group tours in certain destinations because of the limit of the hotels, what's available in the destination. That's primarily the reason why we can't do groups in some places. Someone came to me and they said, hey, we want to do a safari, right? So safaris are the northeastern Africa, where all you do is you're out in the bush and you're looking at animals all day long for your entire tour, those kinds of trips. They go like, oh, we want to do 20 people out there. Really hard for us to do 20 people out there. Here's the reason why. Those tours are capped at 6. The reason it's 6 is because those Safari SUVs, the vehicles that you're on, they're built for 6. Some companies might take 7, 8, 9. We cap them at 6. If you've got 20 people, it's really challenging to get that everyone traveling at the same time as a group. Remember, you're staying in lodges and very small places, so that's the challenge that you would face. If you are doing groups and you want to do Europe, Europe is great. Europe knows how to handle a lot of tourists. So in Europe, for us, our number is 20, but sometimes it can go up to 30, right? So if you have 30 people in a group, yeah, we can deal with that. If you have 30 people in South Africa or Egypt, yeah, we can deal with that. If you got 30 people in Morocco or 20 people in Morocco, yes, we can deal with that. Why is that? Because the destination is that way. They have the resources, they have the bus, they have the facilities, they have large hotels, and you can build out your groups that way. That also impacts the number of people in our tours, right? Because that's the way the destination works. Here's another example. If you did Peru and Ecuador and smaller countries in South America, those tours might cap at 16, because that's the way it works. There's rules around Ecuador and the Galapagos and how many people can be there all at once. So things that we do are based on what's available and the resources in the destination. If you have any questions on this, you can contact me or any of my sales colleagues who are based all across the US. Okay, so if you're signed up with us, you'll get the newsletters. If you like Facebook, look for us at Exoticca Travel Pro US. I think it's US or USA, but you'll find it, Exoticca Travel Pro USA. Join us there. All the things are loaded in there. You can pull stuff out of it. Think about it as a resource center. If you want to pull it and use it for your personal marketing and social media, you can get those resources there or through my sales colleagues and me. Marketing materials, I actually have a link in my email signature that puts you into where the marketing materials are. So we'll have some PDF and flyers and things like that, and you can put the agency information in there and brand it and go that way, right? So we want to help you with your collateral, with the ability to market and grow your business. So when your customers, when you make a booking and you put down deposits, we're going to ask you as you go through the booking for legal names as it is in passports and so on and so forth. We're also going to ask you for the client's email. We're going to use the email for one thing and one thing only. We're going to send a client instructions on how to download and get the app, because the app's on their phone. It comes with the itinerary, right? So they'll be prepared with essential information for the trip, and they'll have that information on the app actually before their departure. They can access all the travel documents instantly. It's right there on the phone, it's right there on the app, it's right there on their smart device. It covers flights, it covers all the details, it covers meeting points, it covers transfer times, it covers all this stuff. You should look at that as well, because if they ask you, you have access to it. Checks all elements of the trip. So your passport, the details of flight, the flight schedules, all of these things are in there. The app keeps track of the daily activities. So I have the app, actually the app for my 2 trips are still on my phone, and I can go, and if I can't remember where I went and what I did, I can go in there. So it serves as a little a diary of my trip. So if I'm talking to friends and explaining to them, and like, oh, I went here, I went there, I went there. So that's still on my phone, and customers can use it that way too, right? You don't need Wi-Fi, no worries, because everything's loaded in the app. It will work offline, and it has the 24/7 trip assistant resources available through the app. We encourage you to tell clients to get WhatsApp. Believe it or not, more people use WhatsApp worldwide, globally, than any other messaging app. And then you can make calls over Wi-Fi and all of that with the stuff. So it's a good thing to have on your phone as you travel to different countries, to exotic destinations worldwide. All right, so we hope this never happens, but in the event that it does, you book a package 6 days or more before the trip departure, the 60% deposit is non-refundable. If things go sideways, what happens is that the client ends up with a credit. Which reminds me to tell you that we also don't recall commissions, because if we keep the money and the customer has a credit, you keep your commissions. As simple as that. If customers cancel 59 days or less before departure, they're going to be a 75% non-refundable fee on them. I do encourage you to buy insurance for the client. Insurance covers cancel for any reason. It covers a whole myriad of other things. And if you twist your ankle, or if something terrible happens before the trip, something happens during the trip, you have insurance, and that's what insurance is for. Exoticca carries 2 levels of travel protection. It's a waiver, it's not insurance. Every package comes with the entry level, but there is an upsell with the Premium Care Flex, right? So the Plus plan. And it's based on, it's not a fixed price, it's based on the cost of the package. With that option that you pay into, you can cancel and you will get credits because we don't refund. So if you've got more questions about that, and as you make your bookings and so on and so forth, you can talk to advisor support. They can give you details. It's on the website. It's in the terms and conditions around the company. So we'll help you with that. So here is your #1 resource, because I know you're all over the place. It's the sales team. We've got actually 2 or 3 more people coming on board very, very shortly. When I joined the company, there was 5 people between the USA and Canada, and today there's going to be 15 or 16. So we're growing really fast. We're doing a lot, and we're looking for partnerships with everyone here and everyone in Archer Travel. So that's me. I'm out in the West, and that's in gray. In green is Nancy. Kara is in New York in white. Shayna is in yellow, PA and New Jersey and so forth. Michelle comes down in Atlanta. Spencer is in Texas. And Natalie is over in Florida. There's going to be updates to that, and as soon as I get the additional people that come on board with us in the sales team, we'll get that out to you. 888-354-2321 is the number to call us at. Let's talk about July, and I happen to get this early because you guys are so important to me. The July promos, they normally don't give us this till they release it, and here I am like almost a week early. It is Odyssey through South America. This is where some of our top selling destinations are, and you, as an incentive, a reward for working with us, will get $200 top-up commission in selected itineraries this month. And look at these things: Peru, Ecuador, and Chile. Chile is a fantastic place to go to. You really ought to go to Chile. Santiago is a large city. It's a great town. It's walkable. It's easy to figure out if you're into the food and beverage scene, if you're a foodie, or if you're into cocktails, if you're just into having a good time in Santiago. It's fantastic. Check it out. Go to the website. Look at Peru, look at Ecuador, and look at Chile and see what this is all about. And you can see too, there's really good prices per person listed right there. So check this out. Some of you may know this, but here we go.
Yep, that's me. And this is the moment when I saw my life flashing before my eyes and realized I had to live more. They showed up. They had a plan. They'd put you in the chair, make you director, and tell you, go. Oh, wow. Look at this. I was stuck. But deep inside, I knew there had to be more. You're in charge, you're the boss, you're the director. It has to be wilder. Hey! Hey, can you bring it up? Greater. Magnificent. I really want my wife to see this.
Bring in his wife, please.
More romantic. It has to be more epic.
What did you wish for?
That it's affordable.
Yeah, let's try some frog. Your little boy's fine. Your little boy's just having a bit of an adventure. Yes, I know, Mummy. Yes, we miss you too. Exotica. Exotica, Mummy. This is what I want to see, flashing before my eyes. That was extraordinary.
Perfect. So we have a little time for questions. I'm hoping maybe some of these can be some quick answers because we have a lot.
Yeah.
So first one is, so does that mean I book 18 people and me and a guest would make the other two for 20 persons book? Could I do something like that?
I like that question. I like the way you think. Unfortunately, it needs to be 20 to get the tour conductor credit for one person. And then if you get to 40, then you get the tour conductor for the second person. The tour conductor, remember, is on land only. You'd have to find your own international air. If it's land only and you get on a plane, let's say you're in Egypt, you're going to get on a plane twice, right? So that's part of the package too. But 20 people gives you the first one, and the second one is 40 if you want it complimentary.
Perfect. Can you do a tour with both guided and self-guided?
You can, well, I talked about Japan as the exception. So it would make sense for you to do self-guided and guided in Japan. But let's say you were combining Japan with a self-guided, and then you want to combine it with Maldives, or you want to combine it with Vietnam, right? Because you're over there in the same area. You could fly in, and we do the international air to Vietnam, let's say, and then you go through the tour, and then we'll do the regional flights to get to Japan, and then you do the self-guided in Japan, and we'll do the international air back home. So if you were thinking that way, yes, we can do some of those things. And by the way, you can do back-to-backs like that for anything that we sell. Just send it in, put in the request, and we'll work with you to put that together.
Perfect. Can you fly out of only the cities listed in the drop-down menu?
If you don't see it in the drop-down menu, email advisor support, one word, advisor support at Exoticca. Don't forget, Exoticca has 2 C's, at exoticca.com. And they can go into the system and see if we can pull that up through Amadeus or whatever air provider platform that we're using.
Perfect. Where do you need to be for you to join us on a trip?
What do you mean?
I don't know if that was mentioned in the pre. We could. I don't know. We could skip that question. If you want to ask that question, reach out to Dave personally.
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
We'll skip. Is there an option to work with a 501(c)(3) for an auction?
A 501(c)(3) is that a nonprofit organization?
I'm not sure. That one
And
we might have to take offline. That might be a little
yeah,
more
so
intricate.
so here's the thing. As a tour company, we don't own the product, right? If you work with a cruise line, they own the product. If you work with a hotel, they own the product. They can offer cruises that support things like that. I don't own the product. It's really hard as a tour company for me to help you in that way.
Okay.
Yeah? Any more?
Oh, I see what you're saying, Harvey. Sorry. No, there are more questions. I see what your question was now.
Uh,
Uh, I don't know, Harvey. That's a great question. I don't think we've had that question before. So he said, what level? Okay, yeah. So maybe that would be one to call Jose about. Do you mean as a travel agent, just an Evo Archer? Or do you mean as a travel agent just booking Exotica? I need a little more clarity on that. Okay, next question is, do you have to hit those tiers every year? Example, if I can earn gold 2 years in a row, do I get the milestone?
yeah,
Just,
so if you hit gold, when you hit gold, that's day one, and then we track it for a year. So you have to qualify all the time. It's like I'm on Southwest, right? So when I fly a lot, I get the A-list preferred, and when I don't fly, they drop me down to A-list. And if I do terrible, I just get dropped off altogether. It's just like any other program. You just have to keep it up to keep the status.
oh, I understand Harvey's question now. So he's
Yeah.
asking about his level with Exotica. So what level do we need to be for you to meet and join us on a trip? Do we have to be above platinum? Do we have to be above diamond? Do we have to get $1 million in sales in a year? How are they going to get you to join them on a trip?
The chart that I showed you is just the partner rewards. It's not about going on a fam trip or anything like that. It's just straight up dollars and cents, hit this level, get the milestone, get your bonus commissions. Fam trips are something entirely different. We're gonna release the FAMs for 2025, hopefully around October, November. Give you save the date options, figure out who's interested, and then you have to qualify for it. So there is a survey that we send out to answer those questions. And then it goes into review, and then we select people. So contact your local salesperson, keep in touch with me, say you're interested on a FAM, you get the FAM rate. But remember, you get 16% off. Yeah, so you know, you got family and friends you want to travel with, everyone gets 16%, maximum 5 people, and you get 2 rooms.
Eh, Okay, I'm just going to ask it one more time. They're saying they want you to join them on a trip. What is the goal they have to be with Exotica for you to
Oh,
go?
me personally?
Yes.
Oh
What goal do
man,
they have to meet with Exotica for you to go on the trip too?
I don't know. You caught me off guard with that. I've never had to answer that before. Now you're making my head this big. um, I don't know. I don't set those goals for me to travel with you. If I'm on a fam and you want to, I can get you on my fam, then I'm the escort for it. Yeah, join me.
Okay. Well, um, you if they can reach out to you too,
Yeah,
right, Dave, if
yeah,
they have more questions and whatnot
absolutely.
regarding things. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect. Okay, so next question is, um, so to clarify, there is no TA rate eligibility after the first booking. So the eligibility for your TA rate is one booking.
The eligibility for the TA rate,
Mm-hmm.
actually, you don't even need. You can test drive the product before you make your first booking.
Perfect.
As long as you're registered with us, um, I ask you personally to do the training, and then consider your TA rate. Take your family with you. Go and see it and experience it.
Do you have groups to Zambia and Zimbabwe to visit Victoria Falls?
Yeah, we do. We have tours up there. Go to the booking engine, go to the left, you'll see the 3 lines. What do they call it? The hamburger. Click on it. It'll show you by continent. Click the continent, click the country, and you'll see all the tour options.
Perfect. Okay, we have 2 more. When are the 2025 fam trip dates coming out?
I hope they'll be out end of October, beginning
Perfect.
of November.
And then, so just to clarify, I can reserve an itinerary for a group of 20 and then just book whoever is interested in joining the group.
You can, there's a link that we have, and you fill out the group form, right? When you fill that out, you tell them where you want to go and so on and so forth. They come back to you with a quote. The quote is held for 30 days. On day 31, you've got to put $250 per person down so it doesn't go away. Because if you don't make that $250 deposit, it just goes away. It's gone. You have to re-quote. But before you put in your quote, you can market it, and then you kind of like get a feeling for where you're at, if it's going to work or not. That's what the marketing before is for. And then if you feel good about it, get a quote from us, and then you have 30 days to get $250 down, and then you have up to 120 days to get more people, whatever needs to be done, to get to your 60% deposit.
Okay, I'm going to ask just 2 more, sorry, before we get to the giveaway. These are good questions, so I want to get them answered.
Yeah.
I have many friends in Spain. Can I book packages to India with my clients in Spain if I'm based in the USA?
If you need access to a market and it's not available to you, let's say you're in Mexico, let's say you're in the USA, but you've got customers in Spain, or you have people that you know you can sell to, you need to send a business case to me. When I say a business case, an email saying, hey, I have clients in Spain. I think I can do 3 or 4 packages a year. Can I get access to the Spanish booking tool? And then I will put a request into Barcelona for them to build that and turn the switch on so you can be in America or Mexico to book someone in Spain.
That's awesome. Okay, perfect. Thanks, Dave. And then the last question is, when we get...
Hang on, and by the way, anyone in the USA can book Mexico, and anyone in Mexico can book USA, because at Archer Travel, both USA and Mexico is open to everyone at Archer.
Perfect. That's awesome. So guys, just a reminder, so if you're in USA or Mexico, like you just said, you can book either clients, USA or Mexico right now.
Yeah.
And then, so next question is, when we get the 16% PA discount or friends and family rate, are we forfeiting our commission?
Yes, it's non-commissionable.
Okay, perfect. Well, that was the last question for today. That's all the time we have. I know you have a couple giveaways you want to do, Dave. What do we have today?
All right, so random for anyone
actually,
who's
before
here.
you say it, sorry. It's going to put hashtag Exoticca in chat to enter into the giveaway. Okay, now you can go ahead, Dave.
All right, so I got 2 of these. $25 for 2 random people, and how are you going to do it?
Okay, so we're just going to do hashtag Exoticca in chat. Just a reminder, you must be an active travel agent to receive the gift card. And then once we announce your name, you must email giveaway@archertravel.com. And then I'll tell you just the people who win. There'll be 2 winners today. I'll tell you what you got to do after you win the prize. So just put hashtag Exoticca in chat so you can enter into the random giveaway for being here today. Make sure you spell it right, because if you don't spell it right, then you're not entered. There are 2 C's.
Yeah, Exoticca.
Show it there on screen.
I love doing this stuff. Thank you, everyone. Got any questions? Let me know. I think the sales team contact information is in the travel cafe. So if you need to get a hold of someone by territory, by state and so on, let us know. We like to come out and meet with you. We can have a coffee with you. We can have a lunch with you. If, like I'm here and I went tomorrow I'm going to go to Rancho Cucamonga and meet some advisors out there. And they're like, oh, you coming out here? And they go, oh, I know some other people. Can they come? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So suddenly it was for 2 people, and I'm going to have lunch with 6 people tomorrow. All of us work that way. We want to hear from you. We want to come out and meet you in person. We want to work with you. Is there an event in your area? We want to know that you're there so that we can pass along that information.
I love that. That's amazing. I love those heartwarming stories where you just have a little plans and they turn into bigger plans.
Yeah, I love it too. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so let's do the first randomizer. So in 3, 2, 1, and our winner is Robin D. Good. Congratulations, Robin.
Congrats.
I mean, it's a long name, but I just did first and last. But Robin Roberts Orahood D. Good is the name. So, Robin, just go ahead and email giveaway@archertravel.com with your mailing address and your EVO ID number. And we'll just make sure you're all good. And then we'll send it off to you. Congratulations, Robin. And then our next winner, do you want to count it down or do a drum roll this time, Dave?
Yeah, drum roll. Bam.
And the winner is not sure how to say your name, but I'm gonna go for it. Shailaha Bulgan Awar. Shailaha Bulgan Awar. Congratulations. Hopefully I was sort of close to saying your name correctly. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Perfect. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Dave. Thanks for doing this wonderful presentation, answering all the agents' questions, and also doing some fun giveaways at the end. It's always a pleasure. Is there anything else that you want to leave us off with before we close out?
Yeah, things are going great. Thank you for all your support. July has some good offers. Start prepping your clients for November because unbelievable deals are going to happen in November. So start getting ready. Don't say I didn't warn you. Thank you all. Love you.